Nigga wanna see me fall. Stephen Curry, how I ball. Gosha garments and a white 3 on my body. I'm an icon, man. Damn, my girl about a 10. I should fuck her in the Benz. Niggas say they
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy JR, and I'm back again with another PUBG video. And in this video, I'll be telling you guys some tips that you can use to improve your aim using recoil control. I made a video like this, I want to say like 4 or 5 months ago, and it got like 4.5k views, so I really do appreciate that. But back then, I think I only had around 300 subs, so getting that many views on a video was a really big deal, and it still is. But in this video, I wanted to come out with some more tips and kind of remake the video, but this time I'm doing it a little bit different. Before we get into the video, I'm not claiming to have like the best aim or anything like that. You know, I still have times where I potato, so I'm starting to see comments of people saying, yo, your aim is trash, blah, 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 because I really don't care about that. I'm just trying to make a video that will help some guys out, just in case you're struggling with recoil, because, you know, it can be frustrating at times. So in this video, I'm gonna be doing it just a little bit different than I did before. A lot of these tips you could definitely use that will help you control your recoil. I'm also going to be showing you guys a hand cam as well. So for the example, I'll be using an AK and an M4 with a hand cam, and then I'm going to show actual kills with a hand cam as well, just to give you guys an idea on how you need to use the right stick to control your recoil. So yeah, man, we're just going to get right into the video. Alright guys, so before I start these tips, I just want to let you guys know that attachments and your controller sensitivity play a huge part in the way that you control your recoil. So I'm not trying to get you to, like, you know, go watch my other videos or anything like that, but it would help if you're struggling with your sensitivity. I made a video on that, and then I also made a grip guide that will help you, you know, out as well. Grips are extremely important when controlling your recoil because they help reduce it a lot. Depending on which grip you have will definitely, you know, determine how much assistance you get on your recoil control. So I do highly suggest that you guys check those out. So both of those links will be in the description below. And like I said, if you're new, man, hit that sub button for your boy. I just hit 1K. I'm on that 10K grind. Hit that like button for me. Let's say we can get this video to 100 likes, and just leave me a comment and let me know what your favorite weapon is as of right now. So for this example, I'm going to be using an AK and an M4 with no attachments. I'm about to show you a hand cam here in a minute. As far as recoil control goes, it's really important that you guys know what type of weapon that you have. So for example, 5.56 guns generally have better recoil control than a 7.6 gun does. So with the M4 and the AK, you know, the M4 is going to have way better recoil control, especially when you get all the attachments, such as a comp, vert, grip, and then with AK, it can only take a comp. With the barrel, which is also a 7.6 gun, you know, that gun has a lot of recoil as well. So just know that different guns have different recoil patterns, and that's what makes, you know, PUBG one of my favorite games, because it's all about, when this game is all about, you know, your ability to aim and hit the target. You know, in other battle royale games like Fortnite, you can build to get away from shots. You know, in Apex, you can move really fast, but in PUBG, it's just, you know, it's all about your aim and your ability to hit shots. So that's why it's really important that you guys learn how to control your recoil. So in this first example, I'm just going to be showing you a M4 of how you want to control the recoil, and then I'm going to also show you clips of how I control the recoil against an actual target. Alright, so in this next clip, I'm going to be showing you the same thing, but with an AK. And just keep in mind, in the first example, I don't actually, in both of these examples, there's no comp or any types of attachments, so it's just a bare weapon. So in this next example, I'm going to be showing you the exact same thing, but with an AK. I knocked him. Alright, so from those tips, you basically seen that whenever you are aiming at a target, it's really important that you guys know that you need to move the right stick. Like, for example, whenever you aim down the sights and you shoot, if you don't move your right stick at all, you know, your gun's gonna go straight up. So it's really important that you have your sensitivity settings right, but also know that whenever you're aiming down, you need to get into a habit of pushing your right stick down. So you see here, whenever I'm pushing the right stick down again, my gun basically goes straight. And then without attachments, your gun's still gonna bounce all over the place. Know that whenever, after your first 10 shots or so, your gun's gonna become even more unstable. So the longer you shoot, basically, the more recoil you get. Also keep in mind that whenever you're farther away from a target, like, also understand that the longer range that you shoot, the more recoil that you're gonna get. Another thing that can really help you guys control your recoil is whenever you are starting to fire at an enemy, if you are able to crouch, this helps control your recoil a whole lot more than whenever you're standing up. That's just how PUBG is. Like, I honestly need to take advantage of this more, but the only thing with that, whenever you crouch, you kind of put yourself at a disadvantage because the mechanics on this game are kind of slow. So if you start getting shot at and you need to move or reload, you're gonna have to stand back up, and it's gonna make you a little bit slower. But using this will really help you, especially with like a 7.6 weapon. Like, if you see a target that's kind of far, crouch, and then it will give you a whole lot more recoil control. Alright, another tip that you guys can use, this works really well for targets that are really far. Even though I'm using an M4 for this example, let's say a target is extremely far. You don't always have to burst fire at an enemy because, like I said, the farther you're away, the more recoil you're going to get. One thing that you can do is burst fire, and whenever you do this, you're going to get a little bit more recoil control. So for example, like with the enemy being farther, if you tap fire instead of going full auto, even though my gun is on auto, you're going to get more recoil control, and that's going to make you a lot more accurate. So as you saw in my example of recoil control, whenever you're hitting a moving target, of course that's going to be more difficult. Whenever a target is moving left or right, generally you're going to be pushing your stick, going to, like if you're on a clock, you're going to be pushing towards 3. So, but one thing that you guys need to keep in mind, if you push right towards 3 o'clock only, you're going to get more recoil control. You're going to get more recoil because you still need to push down on your stick as you're moving right. So I would suggest that whenever you're shooting a moving target, you want to push your stick down. I would recommend push it down towards 4 or 5 o'clock, like on a clock, 4 or 5, in that direction, because you're going to be controlling your recoil as you're moving right or left. So in this example right here, you're going to see I want a spray going right, but I'm only pushing towards 4 or 5, and that's going to give me more recoil control whenever I'm spraying a target that's moving left or right. And you saw this in the example as well. Alright, so to finish up this video, I'm just going to give you a few more tips and examples. One thing that I did want to say is, whenever, like you saw in my example though, the way my sensitivity settings are, you don't really have to push, like, I don't want you guys to think that you have to smash the right stick like down as far as it'll go. With my settings, like I said, I'm barely moving it down to control the recoil. So I wanted to get that point across. Now, if you like play at like a lower sensitivity than me, then you may have to push harder down on the right stick. It also depends on what your dead zone is set at as well. But I covered those type of settings in my sensitivity video, so I left that link down below just in case you want to check that out. But I just wanted to make you guys aware that you don't have to like smash the right stick as far as it'll go. Like, you can like barely tap it right depending on your settings, and it will control your recoil. So I did want to get that point across. And like I said, just your weapons and attachments make a huge difference. One thing that can really change your game in PUBG is your ability to spray at the mid-range. This is really important, something that I've really worked on. It's one of the reasons why I generally only use 5.56 guns. Guns that are good for mid-range are like the M4, the QBZ, and the Scar. Maybe even the G36. That gun kind of has a lot of vertical recoil, and it has a slow speed of fire. But for example, if you have like an AK, that's why I generally don't stick with that, go with the 7.6 guns. Without attachments, especially without attachments with the 7.6 guns, they are really good for close range. you know, they have way more they have more damage than a 5.56 guns. But for me, my game, I like to, you know, spray, you know, mid-range targets and, you know, targets that are a little bit farther. And your ability to do so really will change your game and help you get more kills. And I'll show you an example of that right now. I tagged one in the compound. He's very low, dude. One shot and he's dead. There you go. Also, you saw in the video, one thing that I really like to do, especially when I'm using like a bolt action sniper or even a DMR, if I tag the target once, then I'll actually pull out my AR and then I will spray them to hopefully finish off the kill. So that's another thing that you can do, which will help you get more kills and will also help your aim as well, because less shots it'll take after you damage somebody with a car or DMR. I didn't really talk about SMGs in this video. I don't generally use SMGs. I use the UMP sometimes, but those are actually really good. And if you're new to the game, user friendly, they are really good for recoil control because they don't generally produce a lot of recoil, such as like the Vector, the UMP, and even the Bison. Those guns barely have any recoil control, and if you're just getting into the game, then the SMGs may be a really good option for you. I just don't generally use them as much because it's harder for me to, you know, get kills at the mid-range game with those. Just based on the bullet velocity speed, they're a little bit slower. So I don't generally use them, but I do sometimes, especially if I'm on Sandhawk. But I do believe that is all the tips that I can give you guys. In my next video, I'm going to be streaming tonight, and the whole stream I'm going to be using the hand cam. So, and then I'm going to make a video and just do nothing but kills with the hand cam, which will show you guys how I also control my recoil in different situations. So if you're new, man, hit that sub button, stay tuned for that if you guys think that'll be something you will enjoy. But really, you just need to get into the game and just, you know, learn the different recoils of each weapons. You know, don't be scared to initiate a fight. You know, practice makes perfect, and that's the best way that you're going to improve at this game. Just jump in, you'll learn the different, you know, weapons. Like, as of right now, I feel like, you know, the M4 is my favorite gun. I feel like I have the recoil control on that gun down pat for the most part. Sometimes when I use like I'll use the AK or a weapon like that, and, you know, my recoil control is a little bit off because, you know, it's different from each weapon. But the best way, you know, to get better at the game is just to practice. But yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it this far, just, you know, like I said, leave me a comment and just let me know what your favorite weapon is as of right now. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you guys so much. I'm out. Peace.